classic late flowering plant, a penstemon. This is one of the more tender ones because the leaves are a bit fatter, but it's great. We're in October now. As you can see, the bees are still having a go, and it's a great bit of colour for this time of year. I'm not sure whether this is going to get through the winter, particularly if we have a harsh one, but we'll come back to it and see next spring. We'll give it a trim, see if we can keep it going a bit longer. Even so, if this one doesn't last, I'm definitely going to be putting another penstemon plant here, maybe a bit tougher, because this is great, considering that we're in the middle of October now. I'm going to be heading towards the earliest frosts in a few weeks. Late flowering hebe still going strong. I think we've got a few more weeks of this into November. Great bit of colour this late on. I also like the colour of this here. This is Amsomnia Blue Ice. Now, when I purchased these, they'd actually finished flowering, so I don't know what they look like yet. We'll find out till next year. What I have noticed, I don't mind this bit of colour as they die back down. I think it's quite ornamental, this little yellow colour. It's actually a nice bit of contrast against this red robin here, which is still putting out a few red leaves. I planted this boutia palm back in May. Got a brand new frond here, looks nice and healthy. And I've got another one coming here. I'll have to watch this though in the winter, because this new growth can be tender if we get a harsh frost, so this will have to be looked after if it gets a bit cold. It's been a terrible year for a plant like this. I've had rain all through the summer, hardly any sunny days, so hopefully this will get a better chance of putting some new leaves out next year. Hopefully we'll actually get a summer. But this is going to be interesting over the winter, because this is supposed to be quite tough, so we'll see what sort of damage it takes if we get low temperatures. Look at this now. This is Hebe Magic Summer. As it starts to get colder, these leaves are going to start getting more purple in colour, and when you get to like deep winter, this is really striking. So this is another reason why you want to make sure you've got as much evergreen going on in your garden as possible, particularly this type of plant, where you've got your purples and your reds and your pinks. This plant was a freebie. I've got a few of them. It's a purple Pallas Heuchera. Now, it's not one of my favourites, and then the flowers aren't great, but the great thing about it is you've got a bit of colour in the leaves for the autumn and winter. It's another plant that's offering a bit of contrast in the garden over the winter months. Here's another one. Can't remember what this was actually called. I think it might be Fire Chief. And then we've got this other one here. I think it's Peach Flambe. And again, doesn't this look really good in the autumn? Looks great all year round, but it doesn't half stand out this time of year. Beacon, still flowering away. Still no sign yet that this is coming to an end. Be interesting to see when this actually stops flowering. That's in a few weeks, yeah. This Crocosmias really impressed me. it's nearly finished flowering, but it still looks great. I actually prefer this to Lucifer. The flower seems to last a lot longer than Lucifer, and it's in a partially shaded spot as well. I mean, this is a relatively new plant, so there's not much of it, but I think this is going to look pretty good over the next few years with these orange flowers. It looks like the catmint is starting to come to the end. Still looks pretty decent, even though you can see a lot of the flowers are fading. On this side of the garden, here's one of the pitfalls about planting catmint. It looks like one of the local cats, or maybe more, have been having a great time in here. They get on top of it, crush the branches, because they absolutely love the scent. I mean, the other side looks okay, but it looks like they've absolutely pulverised this part. So that's one thing I'll have to watch when this comes through next year. I'll have to find a way of deterring them from walking all over it. Campanula's still going strong, still putting out flowers. We've had a bit of rain, so they look a bit worse for wear at the moment, but still going. We might have another few weeks of this.